Hello and welcome back to United About Football. Today I am joined by some very special guests. Introduce yourself, boys.
Yeah.
Sportshed's in.
Sportshed is in.
Two of three. Missing Norman,
Mate.
Josh.
Adrian and Norman's not here yet.
What happened to Norman?
He done his ACL.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Shit. Well,
No, he's all good. Resting up.
speedy recovery, Norman.
Yeah.
But alright, give us a bit of background about yourself, boys. Adrian.
Yeah, no worries. So, myself, a sports lover since I was a kid, playing football all my life, really. And at school, pretty much a high level of all sports. I was a big cross-country athlete in high school, and even got invited to America for that and all that sort of stuff. So, love all sports, play all sports, and then, in terms of a bit about a sports shed, Josh, maybe you can go on about that and how it started.
Not as athletic as Adrian. Played a bit of league, bit of AFL, Aussie rules. But Sportshed, three mates, just came out of nothing, to be honest. We just love watching footy together. And then one day we're like, why don't we try and do something here? And then it just happened.
The Let's Start a Podcast conversation.
That
And
comment.
Fortunately, I was walking out of the Bulldogs Parramatta game a few weeks ago, and Josh saw it while he was editing, walked past, turned around. I'm like, nah, that can't be Sportshed. I'm like, all right, let's go have a conversation. Got into one of the videos, and look where we are today.
Look how it works.
We've unfortunately had some technical difficulties today before the podcast, but I'd call it. We had a great bonding session before.
Yeah.
Came up with a few names, but we'll keep that off the camera. But let's kick started with the Euros, boys.
Yeah.
Before we get going, who are you guys supporting this Euros?
Hey, you want to go first?
Yeah, well, I've been living in Spain for the past 7 months, so I'm going to stick with my second citizenship, Spain.
Second citizenship. 6 months and you get a citizenship?
No, well, actually, altogether, I've lived 2 years in Spain
2 years.
over my whole life.
So have I moved to Spain for 2 years?
Yeah, you're basically Spanish.
Oh, beautiful. What about yourself, Josh?
Can't compare to Adrian there, but I'm back in Portugal. Never been there. But my GOAT Ronaldo, backing him last Euro. Have to back him all the way.
This podcast is a staunch Ronaldo podcast, so we like that. Don't tell me you support Messi.
Me?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm a neutral.
You don't get that
No,
often.
there's no there's no neutrals, mate. It's either one or the other.
I love both footballing abilities.
You
You
can't
know
crack
what?
him.
I hear all about Ronaldo. I hear all about Messi. It's too much hate. Let's just spread the love.
Spread the love, guys. Let's spread the love. There's not enough of it. But we'll kick it off. So the group stage is rounded up earlier this week, and we thought we'd do a bit of a roundup before we get into the matches that happened the last few days. So our biggest surprises. So we've written down a few things. I think how competitive the tournament's actually been. You've got teams like Switzerland, you've got teams like Austria who absolutely have wiped out nations that they shouldn't have. What do you guys think on that in terms of how competitive it's been?
Yeah. I'm personally not surprised. I think in these types of tournaments, it allows individuals to really express themselves, and they're in a comfortable environment. They're with their country, they've got their fans backing them, and countries like Switzerland, they've got a few big names. They're able to shine, and I'm actually happy to see that because it makes it very interesting. So I like that.
I agree.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, to start, it wasn't that exciting in terms of the football.
No.
But as we've gone on, especially the last three days, it's been incredible to see. And as we're recording this morning, Turkey, unbelievable. And that last minute save.
Oh, it was crazy.
Unbelievable. And they're the moments you want to watch. And it's like, it makes it even more exciting.
Look, I'm a Sunday league goalkeeper myself, so I saw myself in that moment, and I'm like,
that was you.
that was me there. But look, they've made it hard for the Giants to cruise through. Like, you look at Austria with France, with Netherlands. They were arguably the hardest group of the tournament.
Yeah.
And they finished first.
Yeah.
That's crazy to see. But the next one is when you got teams like Netherlands, France, and Portugal, who I think have underperformed. Yeah. That's been a surprise for me. I think walking into there, especially with France's squad, they get to score a goal from open play.
That's incredible.
Wow. What a stat.
Yeah. I think
With the team they have,
it's crazy.
it's incredible.
I think they've scored penalty. The game against Belgium ended with an own goal to Vertonghen, I think. So it's crazy. And then they play Portugal on the other hand, but can't seem to defend at the moment.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, for Portugal, they couldn't get say, easier matchup in terms of who's in form.
Yeah.
So one team needs a click. Who's going to click first?
I have a feeling I might be Portugal. I've been saying it for weeks. I think they're yet to actually get going, and the day they get going, I think it's going to open a lot of eyes because the squad they've got, I think, is stronger than France's squad.
Mm-hmm. And to add on to that, I think it's a lot of the system that all these players are usually in, and the environment that they're usually in. They're set in that environment, and it's very hard to adapt to a new team. And obviously, they're not playing football with these people all the time, so it's tough. And then there's lots of individuality within the team, and obviously they are from the same nation, a lot of chemistry and connection. But the more they play together, I think that in these final series, you're going to see a lot better football and a lot better goals, especially from open play, as we didn't see.
100%. And Ronaldo crying on live television, mate, that broke every child's heart.
It hurt me,
every grown man.
Mate,
and that's going to trigger him.
Mentality, mate. What did he do? He scored the penalty right after.
Comes back, scores a penalty. That switched on the whole nation.
Yeah.
It's going to do wonders.
Yeah.
Because I was on Twitter that morning as well, mate. The Messi fans were like they were literally, they were waiting for a moment like that.
Yeah.
I think he's arguably the most disrespected footballer of all time.
Yeah, quoted. Yeah.
Really?
Got to agree, honestly.
Look how much shit he cops. Like, he will miss a penalty, or he'll miss a tap-in, or same tap-in that Haaland misses almost week in, week out. He will cop more for it than, for example, Messi would. I feel like Messi is... Look at all the Ballon d'Ors he's won. Half of them he shouldn't have had.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. You guys agree or disagree?
I agree, but because he has such high standards, and everyone has high standards of him, it just shows how great he is, really.
Yeah.
Like, it really does. So, he takes the good with the bad.
Yeah, I just think you can't really disrespect someone of his level and what he's done for the game and how exciting he's made the game and all the stats that really do back it. How can you think to disrespect? And look, the kids these days don't understand what he's actually done. They've heard the name Ronaldo, but all they've seen is him go to Al Nassr in his end of year at Juventus. You know what he's actually done, and if they look at the videos throughout his career with Real Madrid, really, and Man United, his general play was unbelievable and so exciting to watch.
Yeah.
And you don't get that in this day and age. That flair, it's
unmatched. I think when you look at, really, you got your R9s, you got your Messis, you got your Maradonas, your Pelés, some that we didn't even watch. I don't think my grandparents probably around for Pelé, but like our parents weren't even around for that generation. And I think you don't know what you have till it's gone.
Yeah.
Mbappe is good and Haaland is good, but they're not going to reach the levels of Messi and Ronaldo's. And you see them focused on things outside of football, whereas Messi and Ronaldo, when they were that age, it was just excellence in football. Whereas the drama with Mbappe and his partner a few years ago, if you guys remember, then Haaland and him leaving the contract, and it was just, I don't think you never saw that with Messi and Ronaldo. Everything was private.
Yeah. Yes.
Whereas with the age of social media, I don't think you're going to get the chance to ever get to that level ever again.
Yeah, I reckon once they both are finished or retired, everyone will be neutrals like Adrian, and also they both go to the game.
Mate, Adrian, the visionary. You're the visionary, mate.
I'm the
visionary. In the
future. I am.
Look, I want to give a shout out to one person. Georgia's goalkeeper. I don't want to mispronounce this. Giorgio Mamardashvili. Hold on, boys. Sorry. Mamardashvili. I'm not very fluent in Georgian. So, up until the last game, he made 20 saves throughout the 3 group stage games. So it's almost 7 saves a game.
Incredible.
And I think he's first ballot for the goalkeeper of the tournament for me, because to get your team like Georgia from the back to be the most important player, to push them all the way through on the last day against Portugal, which last week I said they'd beat Portugal, because Portugal were first place, win, lose or draw.
Yeah.
They were going to go into that game with a mindset of, we've made it. They're going to kick back a little bit, and they were down, I think it was 1-0 at the time, to a penalty, and then Georgia took the lead. But he's been insane, and I think it's an underdog. Everyone likes an underdog story. Unfortunately, this morning, they was it this morning or was it yesterday? Yesterday morning. They got knocked out.
Well, to even be leading 1-0 against Spain, I think that's credit to them.
Yeah.
I was watching, I was like, wow. I was messaging the boys, like, wow, they're up 1-0.
Yeah.
And I think a second later that Spain scored. Incredible goals.
Yeah.
To mention.
And touching on Spain, that was the last surprise for me. Their rotation of their squad and the dominance they've had in the way they've played, I think it's reminded me of 2010 to 2012 Spain.
Yeah.
Because you look at the way they play now compared to the way they played the last two tournaments. They, I think, have a great importance in their defense now, as much as it is the attack, because, you know, you've still got your Laporte at the back. I'm pretty sure it's the guy from Aston Villa, Pau Torres as well, playing for Spain. Forget the attack. That defense has been underrated. I don't think they conceded a single goal in the group stage either.
Yeah.
I think they scored like 9 goals and...
That's correct.
Yeah. So, but no, look, it's good. It's been interesting. I think they've added a bit of grit. Same Spanish flair that we've had before, and the only perfect team to get out of the group stage, really. So
Yeah, I'd say they have the perfect mix of youngsters and experience.
Yeah.
Out of any other squad.
Which is what it was 12 years ago. You still had your Puyols around, and you had your, you know, Xavis and Iniestas in their prime. And then you look up front. I think they played 6 midfielders in the World Cup and still managed to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
But other than that, any other surprises you guys want to mention?
In a positive or negative manner?
Whatever surprised you? Whatever tickled your fancy?
You know what? I think England.
England?
They just can't... They've got so much quality players within the squad, but they just can't simply... You know, there's players in form that just aren't playing up to expectation. For what Foden done for Man City and what really he's doing now. Yeah. For Saka to move at 30,000 different positions. Yeah. Like, that inconsistency that I don't think they have the right... or with a formation, the right squad, the right balance. I don't know what it is, but that's what surprised me. I thought like they would find that right process just before
the Euros.
The Euros, and they haven't found it yet. And we're an important part of the Euros right now.
I reckon it's just too many stars that want to be that guy.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah,
and it can be a bad thing. We haven't seen this a lot. We haven't seen so many stars in one squad. But that could just be the negative side to having so many good players.
Yeah, and it goes back, I've said, you've got 3 players in that team tactically that all want to play in the same pocket. You've got Foden, Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham who all want to drop down into almost that false 9 position. And Southgate's really got to go. I think all in all, he's just got to go after this tournament, whether they win or whether they lose, for the sake of this nation, bring in someone who can actually play attacking football. Yeah, you've got a midfield 3, and I said it and we posted it on TikTok the other week. Foden, Rice, Bellingham should be your 3. You got your 2 8s and your 10, or 6, 8, 10, however you want to play them. That bloke shut the bed. Yeah, Cole Palmer's shut the bed, whether Chelsea fans like it or not. Saka's been their star man, and Walker, besides that last game, has been really the only other thing running on that on the right side. Yeah, but other than that, tactically, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I feel like you're just going to give that one player the role of just directing the squad, get the whole squad following him, and then they can bring it home.
Yeah, well, even with what you said, they don't have time. You've got a new partnership at centre backs as well. You've got Guehi and Stones who've never played together up until that first game of the tournament. What do you expect?
Exactly.
But yeah, well, on to the disappointments. The first one was England, funnily enough. Yeah. France, toothless. I think the best way to describe them for me is toothless. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's tough. Mbappe breaking his nose at the very start. It does make a difference when your star does go down, and he doesn't have that confidence coming in. No. But will they like flick the light? Will they be able to come up against Portugal? And
I don't know, man. I can't see it.
Yeah.
Can't see. And when he broke his nose, it reminded me of Blake Ferguson's nose straight away, because it literally went like that.
That was rough. Honestly, that was rough. It looked painful.
Yeah.
But they say the mask brings wonders. So.
Oh yeah.
So if
it'll ruin his good looks. What's half of the contract?
Yeah.
Did he have any good looks?
You tell me, Adrian. What do you fancy, mate?
I don't know. That's rough.
I don't fancy Ninja looking like Ninja Turtle.
They should have given him the Ninja Turtle mask straight up.
Suited him.
But they failed to score an open goal. Still to this morning, it'd be funny if they win it and fail to score an open goal in the whole tournament. That'd be just one hell of that. I don't think anyone could ever do that again. Yeah. The next point, Italy and Croatia. I expected more. That group, I just expected more from that group. And we were hyping it up week in, week out. And neither team wanted to make it through. I swear to God.
Yeah. I think from day dot, like Croatia, the missed opportunities against Spain in that game, that was just crucial. And then from then onwards, I didn't think they played that much good football. No. And it's disappointing, especially for Modric's last time. He did everything he could on the park. He thought he'd done it for them, scoring a goal, and that was disappointing. And do you want to go on about Italy?
I think just because they're such football nations, it's the fan base that just are let down. We know just even here in Marconi,
Oh.
packed out for Italy.
You got King Tom on the other side as well. And I'm like watching Snapchats and everything
Yeah.
and all of that I'm getting sent. And I'm like,
It's disappointing.
you're both being G'd up to what? And I said it last week, Switzerland were going to beat Italy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a good point by our good friend sitting over here that Adrian doesn't want to look at. Italy don't actually play. They play to the strength of their opponent, really.
Yeah, yeah.
They never
Yeah.
go past that, which basically tells me that they've got another 3 levels in the tank that they're just not using.
Yeah.
They can barely beat Macedonia.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Macedonia. But all in all, the other one for me was pretty much Belgium. I think Belgium let De Bruyne down
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because he was setting, like, Lukaku. There's a stat here.
See, this is a team that doesn't have enough stars.
Yeah.
Enough.
In
And-
the right
and-
positions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But De Bruyne was the main man.
he
you can
was.
tell.
And if
If you don't have that support coming with him, can't do it solo.
I'll give you some Lukaku stats. In the group stage, he missed big chances. He missed 6, most shots on target 7, and most disallowed goals 3. So either he was just unlucky, or he had the wrong cornflakes for breakfast or something. But De Bruyne could have been by far
Yeah.
most assists. Trossard hasn't been all that. Doku hasn't been all that. And coming from an Arsenal fan, Trossard's been amazing for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Doku's been amazing all season, so
And they let go of the manager. Roberto Martinez got let go for a reason, and they've brought in this new guy, and still they just can't. There's a golden generation gone.
yeah.
Like, same as Croatia. Could have won something in the last 4-6 years.
Yeah.
But that's just...
Yeah.
Out the window.
We had a quick team of the group stage that we put together. So I'm going to read through it, and you boys tell me if you'd swap anyone out. All right. So in goalkeeper, we've got our Georgian friend, Giorgio Mamardashvili.
Mm-hmm.
Any objections?
Happy with that. That's
That was
just
unbelievable.
crazy. Yeah.
Right back, Joshua Kimmich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Manuel Akanji at centre back.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Pepe at centre back, the other one.
If that goal was scored off his mistake, I'll take him out, but yeah, keep him in.
Who would you have put in?
It's tough.
You got
Off the top of
Saliba.
my head.
You got
Yeah, Saliba.
Paul.
That's Saliba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been really good. Kukureya at left back. I think we can argue with that one. He's been... Sideshow Bob's been killing
That
it.
pisses me off because at Chelsea he plays like he doesn't know what he's doing, and then I knew it as soon as he comes to his Spanish national team. He's best left back.
I don't know what's happened, man. He's literally the hair must have. He's used the right conditioner every morning now, and it's flowing through. But he's using him to his strengths.
Yeah.
Kukureya's strengths have always been
Yeah.
literally bombing down the sideline, even at Brighton. Like,
Yeah.
that's what he was known for. Is
Yeah,
you bring him to
exactly.
Chelsea, they'll
Yeah.
play him at third centre back at one point.
Yeah, literally.
But into midfield, Kante at CDM.
Oh, love having him
Have
back.
to.
Like, well, I don't know why you guys let him go.
Yeah.
You brought in BTEC Kante and Moses Caicedo.
Literally, just first game red card, huh?
He scored a goal eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually, towards the end. But
You can't replace Kante. Too hard.
No.
Fabian Ruiz, centre back,
Spain.
Spain. He's been, I think, right now the front runner for player of the tournament.
Yeah. Wait, midfield, right?
Midfield, yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got him, and I put in Granit Xhaka
Yeah.
Agreed.
You can add him in there.
after watching him against Italy the
Yeah,
other
last
day.
game, yeah.
He just,
Controlled.
I think ever since he's left Arsenal and turned 30, I saw this the other day, he's just become like a whole nother. Look, he was like that the last couple of seasons at Arsenal, but he's just become a whole nother.
Yeah.
Xabi Alonso 2.0, I think. He's been
Yeah.
training him properly. And up front, I've got Nico Williams on the right for Spain.
Yep.
I've got Jamal Musiala on the left for Germany. And the striker from Georgia, Mikhail. Look, I'm generally very good with names. I'm struggling with Georgian names here, man.
That's tough. Mika Dadzi.
Mikhail Tatsi. There we go. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Any objections there in the front three?
That's if anything, the one player that stood out to me this tournament is Cody Gakpo.
Yeah.
For Netherlands.
Yeah.
He's turned it up and he's done, especially this morning, was it? Or was it yesterday morning?
Yes.
Yeah, yesterday morning.
Yeah.
He ran the whole field and like it was nothing, and then slotted 2 goals, I think it was. Yeah.
I think that's notes for Slot at Liverpool. I think you got to play him in the right
Yeah.
position.
Yeah.
And even the way he plays and the way you use him, it's similar to how you guys were using Werner and Havertz at Chelsea. you see them leave and being used to their strengths,
Yeah.
and now they're killing it all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So, no, I agree with you there. I think he's probably. It's hard because the Georgian striker's just been
Yeah.
a whole nother level.
Unbelievable.
And then you've got Nico Williams, who's been ripping
Couldn't
every
agree
single
more.
fullback he's coming up
Couldn't
against.
agree more.
And then it's hard. But yeah, I think if there was anyone, it would be him personally. He did cross my mind yesterday when we were writing this. But yeah, well, look, let's move on to the round of 16. We'll start off with Saturday's or Sunday morning's game, Switzerland versus Italy, 2-0. So goals in each half from Frauler and a worldie of a curler from Ruben Vargas gave the Swiss their first win over their neighbour for 31 years.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest upset.
You think so?
I think so. It has to be.
I expected it.
That's a big call.
You can, mate, we'll roll it back. We'll roll it
Roll
back.
back
I
the
said it
call.
last week. I said Italy won't beat Switzerland. Switzerland just look, they're dismantling teams.
Yeah.
Mm.
And there's no star player in Switzerland. That's the beauty about it. It's just 11 players together
Mm-hmm.
Doing
playing
their
as a
job.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah. A few stats from the game. Italy finished the game with 1 shot on target to Switzerland's 4. They found 7 of their 11 shots off target compared to Switzerland, who had 4 off target from the 16 that they took. Italy effectively really were their worst enemy that game. What do you guys think of the performance?
Yeah, just poor.
Very, very average.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like,
Simply.
where are they going wrong? I couldn't even pick where they're going wrong.
No.
But, yeah, they're just, for their nation, they're just let down. They just let down the whole nation, especially, not the World Cup just recently passed, and then now this. So that they got a lot of work to make up for.
Yeah.
They look, usually in a winning team you have that player that steps up,
Yeah.
and that's what they didn't have. And obviously last tournament they had Chiesa,
Yeah.
who just stepped up every single match, and it didn't have to be him this tournament, but it needed to be someone that's gonna bring him up, and it just didn't happen.
Because you had the young guy, Calafiore.
Yeah, a big talk about him, yeah.
It's giving Enzo Fernandez vibes, I'll be honest with you, where
Yeah.
he's doing well in this tournament, but you're going to sign him. He's young. He's fresh.
Yeah.
And he's going to struggle, I think, if he goes to a big club. Unless he's gone to the right club with the right manager who'll nurture him properly.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think they've been let down.
Yeah.
There's no intensity. And usually when you think of Italy, you think of intensity,
Yeah.
Yeah.
urgency in defense. And I said it about Croatia, the exact same thing. There's almost like no heart in the performance, aside from the Albania game.
Yes.
They went down early and then they got back up. I'm like, fair enough. But any other game, they shut the bed.
Mhm.
Granit Xhaka ran the show for Switzerland. He completed 94 out of his 98 passes all game. Like, it's 96%. And he made 36 out of his 37 passes in the final third. He was just... He
Wow.
ran them off the park with just
Incredible.
passing alone.
Wow.
And yeah, I think that's pretty much that there. That makes it 7 games. Switzerland unbeaten within 90 minutes in the last 7 games of the UEFA competition. So they've won 3, drawn 4, and 1 win on
Heavy.
penalties.
That's heavy.
So
Yeah.
Great stats to go.
we'll see how that goes. The next game, Germany-Denmark. Expected
Yeah.
2-0.
Yeah.
They dominated the game. Denmark had a few chances, but ultimately they had 9 out of their 15 shots hit the target for an XG. I'm an XG guy. Like I read too far into XG. So 2.58 XG from the shots. From their shots on target, they actually had a 4.09 XG. So from the shots they actually had on the goal, 4 of them really should have been goals.
Mhm.
The craziest stat was Kai Havertz alone had 1.88% of that 2.58.
Wow.
Wow.
So he had 5 shots altogether, 4 were on target. Like he himself was immense that game.
Mm.
But Musiala, that's his 3rd goal in 4 games for Germany. He's a freak.
I watched him closely against Real Madrid,
Yeah.
and this is probably a massive call too, but I think he's a general better footballer than Bellingham.
Ooh.
In general.
That's
I'm not talking. I know that's a
Big
big call.
call.
I'm not talking exciting moments. I'm not talking game winning. I'm talking in general. He can run anyone off the park, and I've seen it consistently. And I've seen Bellingham come just in the right times to do that. But I've seen him. It's a big call.
I
But
think technically, on a technical level, he's better than Bellingham.
Mm.
Yeah.
But man, Bellingham's got
He's a star.
he's a
Yeah.
star.
Bellingham was a star.
He's got that aura.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's
100 aura. A basketball game, 100 aura.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, look, I get where you're coming from, but I also you got to ask yourself in 10 years' time. I actually think Musiala might have more trophies in his cabinet, possibly, than Bellingham if he stays in Germany.
That's even
Yeah.
That's a bigger call.
It's a bigger call, but think about it. Real Madrid aren't going to win everything every year.
Oh no, Mbappe.
Oh, yeah.
Tough. I think they do win everything, in my opinion.
But here's the thing: on an individual basis,
Okay. Yeah.
I think Musiala would have more individual
Okay.
awards than Bellingham would. Now that he got Mbappe over there,
Yeah.
that's a whole different kettle of fish.
That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
do you know? I only found this out the other day that Musiala was originated from
England, yeah.
And just imagine he's like chose to stay with England.
Too many
That would have
stars.
been
Did you know De Bruyne was English as well?
no.
Yeah.
Actually,
Swear to God, his mum's English.
imagine that midfield.
Yeah.
They would have won
I know.
everything. They would have brought it home 1,000 times.
Bellingham, Rice, De Bruyne. You're mopping the floor with everyone.
Oh my.
Yeah,
That's tough.
I'm not joking. De Bruyne's mum is actually English, and he chose to play for Belgium. Haaland could have played for England. Born in Leeds.
No.
Yeah, born in Leeds. Yeah, I'll Google it for you.
What?
Yes, Erling Haaland. Yeah, his dad.
No. Oh yeah, because his dad played.
Oh yeah, he played for City.
Birth the city.
Why did I make that connection? I always thought to myself, like, that was so odd that his dad played for City.
There you go. Leeds, Yorkshire.
That's incredible. Made the switch, Haaland.
The team they could have had, mate.
team they could have had.
Well, this is now we're stuck with Harry Kane and Conor Gallagher and Jordan Henderson and James Milner for the last 4 years. But
That's so sad.
it is what it is. I want to make a case for Schlotterbeck. So that was he jumped in, I think, because it was Sule or one of the other centre backs couldn't play that game. So he's jumped in. I think he's giving Nagelsmann a headache. He had a great performance. I think he had one dodgy moment during the game, but other than that, he played a good ball for Musiala over the top. I think Musiala scored off that one as well. But he's going to give him a headache, I think. It's hard to beat that Germany team, man. I really... It's going to be a good game because they play Spain now.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to ask yourself, like, I couldn't tell you who's going to come out on top. I just can't.
I'm the same. I can't say anything, but I think it's 50-50 and whichever way the ball goes, like whoever has luck on the day, really.
Like, and they're very well balanced, both teams. Like, you think about it, both strikers are fairly similar. You got Morata and you've got Kai Havertz on the other side. And then you look at the midfield, the defense. It's just, this is, I think, the game of the tournament that's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But Spain are due for a loss, let's be honest here. Who knows?
They are the home side, Germany. You think they're going to win it?
Yeah.
But I think if Spain do pass this game, how do you outlook
That's
them
it.
as win the whole
I think
tournament?
these are the winners, whoever comes out from
It's
there.
really tough to say these two,
Yeah.
even though I'm back in Portugal.
Yeah.
It's really hard to see them, either of these teams not winning it.
No, I agree with you there, and I think I'll be honest with you. I think their biggest problem is not England on the other side. I think now that Austria's gone, I think Turkey's going to be a problem for teams. I think Switzerland's going to be a problem for teams. I actually think if anyone can beat Spain or beat Germany, I think it's one of them two teams, personally.
Wow.
Because you got to look at like your Slovakias, you look at your Georgias, you look at all of those teams that, yes, caused trouble for teams, but didn't have the quality.
Mm.
They play as an 11, but don't really have that kind of one or two stars in the team to get them going. You look at Turkey and you look at Switzerland. They're like a higher tier level version of those teams. And I think these are the teams that trouble.
Good balance, yeah.
Yeah, they've got nothing to lose at the end of the day. The way they play, you look at the way that Turkey plays against these bigger teams. Outside of that game against Portugal, because that game against Portugal was basically a self-explosion.
Yeah.
I think they're the ones that are going to cause trouble at the end of the day. But what's your score prediction for that Germany-Spain game?
I say low scoring.
Yeah. I'd
I'd go 1-1.
Really?
Yeah, I think penalties.
I'd go extra time. I could even go 0-0 just to...
Well, you said Spain didn't concede a goal in
Up until
Georgia.
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 I could be wrong. They might,
I think you are
I
right.
don't
Even
think-
if it's a couple like one goal.
because it was 3-0, 1-0,
Yeah.
and they played Albania in the last game. I think it might have been 0-0 or 1-1. Was it? No, 1-0. Let's check this. Let's fact check it. I don't want to be. They come after me, mate.
Yeah. They'll come after.
They'll come after me.
they do.
Stat guys.
Trust me, they
come
do.
after us.
Here we go. No, they didn't concede.
No.
1-0, 1-0, and 3-0.
So I think home team. I reckon they'll score. I think 1-1 penalties. think Spain just get them. Honestly, I think Spain just get them in penalties. I'm saying penalties.
It's too hard, man. They're the two
It's
greatest
such
teams.
great.
I can't.
It's gonna be a great game.
Hear me out. I'm getting the vibe it's going to be one of those games where it's like 4-3.
Wow.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Yeah, we need it.
Because they're going to cancel each other out, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like you could either cancel each other out and be 0-0, or you could cancel each other out and just go
Attacking football.
Defense
attacking
out.
football. Because neither team really like, I don't know. You can't hold the ball that much against this Germany team.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Spain's defense at the back's just, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But I think Germany just pipped them. Just.
Yeah. Fair.
Honestly, game of the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Well, onto the disappointment team of the tournament. England 2-1 against Slovakia. England found themselves on the back foot from the 25th minute. And I'll be honest with you, there should have been about 3-0 at that point.
Yeah.
Because Slovakia had 3 chances all down Walker's side.
Mm-hmm.
And Ivan Šranc, I think he gets his 3rd goal of the tournament there. He puts it away, and they did not get a single shot on target until they had their chance to score with Bellingham to make it 1-1. Like, what's gone wrong? I don't understand how you can have Foden, Kane, Bellingham, Saka, and Declan Rice and still struggle. Because you've got the best player in Spain, best player in Germany, and the best player in England
Literally.
in your team, and you're still struggling.
Just too many. I said it before. I think just too many stars. You just don't know who is going to be that guy to finish it off.
No, you don't. But at the same
Like-
time, everyone wants to be that guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Do you blame
too much
the player?
ego?
Yeah, but what do you do? Not select them? Or you got too big of an ego, you can't come into the team.
I think that's when management, like coach, is like, all right,
yeah.
you got to pick who's playing the best, who's the leader, and they direct.
Yeah, but the problem is none of them are like Zlatan's, where their ego leads them into a room. Or they're all silently arrogant in a way. You know, Phil Foden knows how good he is.
Yeah.
Saka's the same. You know, I watch him week in, week out with Arsenal. He knows how good he is.
Yeah.
He's just not the type to make himself look like a big egotistical guy.
But we can agree, like in 6 years, they're going to be incredible.
100%.
Yeah.
6 years, like this is
They'll
such
be
a young
unstoppable.
side.
Under the right manager.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine a Jose or someone of a high caliber with this team who can manage ego as well?
Goodness.
Not stopping them.
There's no stopping him. And what kills me as well, he hasn't taken a single natural left winger, and he hasn't taken a single natural, aside from Luke Shaw, left back.
Mm-hmm.
Rashford done hard.
Rashford was done hard. Sterling was done hard.
Yeah.
They've performed for their nation year in, year out. And then at the end of the day, you get picked over who? Like, let's be honest, Jared Bowen hasn't been the same Jared Bowen he has last season. Yeah, he might have done well for the team, but they finished, I'm pretty sure, was it 8th or 9th this year? Whereas they were fighting for Champions League a few years ago.
Agreed.
Ivan Toney was... I can't take both Ivan Toney and Ollie Watkins because there's too many players on that bench now that aren't playing.
Yeah. Not being used.
Cole Palmer wasn't used properly up until this last game, and then he came on and lost the ball more times in that game than Saka did the whole tournament.
And I feel like that gives job security to the players on the field, feeling like, all right, who's going to take my spot?
Yeah.
When you put pressure on them saying, all right, you got to hold your spot,
Yeah.
they're going to perform better.
Yeah.
And look at Spain. They rotated in their last group stage game, the whole team.
Yeah.
Bar one player, I'm pretty sure.
And comfortably. They knew the system they were playing. It's like Spain's got it, and they've got it already, and you can tell.
Yeah. And it's the same with Germany. Imagine England tried to do that.
That's the difference. Spain are using their experienced players and the young players, gelling them together.
Yeah, and then you got England who... It's a shame because, like you said before, Saka was playing like 600 different positions, and he started at the right wing, ended up at left back, moved to the left wing, and then back to right back. And
It's incredible.
It's I don't know, but they ended up scoring the winner in extra time, and again, it was a very bodgy goal. You know, it's very scrappy, and I think the best way to describe England's whole tournament so far is scrappy.
Yeah.
Like, none of their play has been fluid. None of their play has really been good. I think Declan Rice stood out that game for him. He commanded the midfield very well, and it's a shame. It really is a shame. Like, I love England.
Yeah.
But, look, there's a few conversations to add out of that game. Foden disappoints on the left. Do you think he's a system player, or what do you think it
He
is?
just works better in the middle,
Yeah?
in my opinion.
I think he's just... In that environment, Man City, he's just so comfortable, and he does his job, and everyone around him does his job, and he's coming to this, and it's just so different. And he has that free flow sort of job in Man City where he can come you can come in as that false nine and you can move out and you can drift, and here he doesn't know whether it's eligible to do that because that's Kane's position at 9.
And it's like I said, they're all trying to literally play in that same pocket, and it doesn't work like that at the end of the day. But I agree with you. I think he's gotten too comfortable with Pep's system. You said it earlier. I don't know. It's hard. Like, can you imagine he moves to like a Real Madrid or something like that? Would he? I think he might actually struggle.
Yeah, he would, I reckon.
Yeah. Because, you've been brought up in a certain system. You got to remember that Pep system flows all the way through the whole club. You got to watch their women play.
Yeah.
It's very, very similar to how the men actually play in terms of what they teach them as basics coming through the academy.
Yeah.
He's been there since he's a little kid, so it doesn't surprise me at all that he just loves this Man City system. He'll never leave it.
Yeah. Well, we thought, Mason Mount would never leave Chelsea. And
True.
Where is he now?
Yeah, where is he now?
Back on Cole Palmer. Good old Cole Palmer. Another boy that left his boyhood club. He lost possession more times in 40 minutes on the field than Saka has lost possession all tournament.
See, I think I'd blame that on the England fan base.
Really?
Too much pressure on him. Everyone's saying start Palmer, start Palmer. I think just him coming on doing his job 20 minutes, that's all he need to do.
But he's ice cold.
He is ice cold. But I think he knows. He knows that he just needs to do his job. But you got the fan base saying you need to start him. It puts pressure on the kid.
Yeah, no, look, I agree with you, but I also don't think he's, personally for me, the worth the hype that he's getting.
Well, I feel like he does deserve it. Look what he's done. What he did at Chelsea. Honestly, like
those last few games,
what he was doing was
not
incredible.
Normal.
Yeah, but at the same time, you got to look at how he's played at Chelsea, and then how he was playing at Manchester City. It tells you that if I stick you around a group of players that are less, capable, you're obviously going to shine. You're better. Let's call him a B grade player. He's playing with a bunch of C grade players. At Man City, he was playing with A grade and A plus grade players. He couldn't shine. Like, I don't think.
You put him in the England side.
That's what I'm saying. He's around better players, which makes him shine a lot less, and he's not able to do a lot more because he can't. I don't know. There's more responsible players in that squad, whereas he's got the pressure on his shoulders.
He wants to be that guy.
Yeah. Not saying he's not talented. I just don't think he's, if half of his goals were penalties. For me, that says a lot. Yeah, it's hard to score penalties. They're high pressure moments. But when 10 out of your 20 of your goals were penalties.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We give Haaland shit for scoring penalties. Why can't we give Cole Palmer shit for scoring penalties?
Yeah, agreed.
Last point before we move on. I think Harry Kane's been arguably the most underwhelming player in that squad all tournament.
Comfortable. No pressure on his position.
No.
He knows he has it. Who's going to take it?
It's true. He's the captain.
It's true. Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah,
does his job. Like,
you put Rashford into that squad, I guarantee he's playing better.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
Look, I agree with you. I'm hoping we sign him. If we get Rashford, I'm actually over the moon because my manager, Mikel Arteta, he seems to work magic tricks and bring players to life again. He done it with Kai Havertz. He almost done it with David Luiz. So we seem to be fixing your side pieces. But hopefully he can do it with Rashford. But last point, Southgate in or Southgate out?
In terms of finishing this tournament with them or after this?
After this.
Is
he gone?
I think England need a fresh start after this.
But do you think they'll sack him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's time with just need
because you expect
fresh
so much.
Face.
You expect so much. So
with that squad, you need a fresh face and consistent squad that you're gonna.
Who would you bring in? Who's available?
Yeah, who's eligible to?
Klopp.
Get over here, mate. He's an option, but I don't think he'd coach in England. I think he wants to get out of England. So
what if Pep just leaves City
and joins England?
Big dramas.
No, big dramas, mate. Before you know what, Rodri's eligible to play for England, mate. On to the next game. Quick run through this one. Spain 4, Georgia 1. Georgia took the lead. Otar Kakabadze put a cross in, which led to Lenormand putting the ball in the back of his net, followed by a great save there was 2 saves, one before, one after by Mamardashvili. He kept Carvajal from putting Spain ahead first, and then he kept a really good Fabian Ruiz shot out of it.
Yes.
Out of there. Spain leveled with the most typical Rodri shot you ever see in your life, to be honest with you. From outside the box, just smacks it low every time.
Adrian was saying how hard that touchy before the shot.
I analysed his touch, and that's better than the goal.
Yeah.
No, really. Like, have a look back at his touch and how it sets him up, and he just moves in his movement into shoot. Like, it just set him up perfectly. And mate, you put my grandma there, she would have fixed that.
but honestly, as soon as he touched it, I think he knew he was going to score.
Yeah. It pisses me off. He's so f***ing clutch, man. He kills me.
Yeah.
It's his moment.
He does it against every team as well. And as an Arsenal fan, you're wishing upon their downfall.
Yeah.
And then Rodri just steps up and is from outside the box every time. But I agree with you. If I remember, I've seen the goal a few times. The touch was it set him up.
Yeah.
Freaking.
And it was, number one, it set him up. But number two, he shifted the defence. He acted like his touch was going to go the other way. And he just body feints and cuts across. And the whole defence went that way, and it was just an open path towards the goal. And he's clinical, so he hit it right where he needed to do.
And it brought them back in the game, and then unfortunately Georgia didn't see the daylight.
Yeah,
That was it.
Till the full-time whistle. Nico Williams, for me, his goal that he scored, he just danced his way through the defence, and then it's the most FIFA goal I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
R1 circle. Just
whack it in.
But that was good. Ultimately, I felt bad for Georgia, man.
Yeah.
You do, but they succeeded. It was a success.
I was expecting.
You expecting more from Spain or more from?
No,
was
expected.
Yeah.
But I feel like they did well for.
Yeah, good on them.
Look, there's teams that didn't deserve to have to play Spain. Like give England Spain, man. They've been shit the whole tournament. Give them France or something.
Tough game.
Yeah.
But that was my dark horse. I said Georgia and I said Switzerland were going to be my dark horses of the tournament. And one of them's still in there, which is good. But yeah, I think we've covered Spain from why they've been so good. We'll run through France, Belgium. I'm not going to go into any detail about this game. I just want to talk about 2 things. France not scoring an open goal play yet. You've got Rabiot, Mbappe, and Tchouameni who, instead of firing at the bar, they were firing at Rosie the whole time. I felt bad for the fans because anyone holding a beer or a drink in the stands was in danger of
gone.
Yeah. And then it's frustrating. 16 shots off target in 90 minutes. Off target. How?
I couldn't answer that. If you tell me before the tournament started, I'll say they're scoring most goals.
Yeah.
Most goals in the tournament.
If I put you at striker and you at left wing, I'm sure you'd have more shots on target.
Yeah, on target.
Yeah.
Give us an on target.
No, maybe not. Give us one.
Wouldn't say it's going in, but
I do think the broken nose has played a massive play in this.
What?
It's
Because it's broken.
Because they've relied on him and now he's lost that confidence.
Yeah. Look, he's literally everything. If you watched a couple games before, everything good about France goes through him.
Look at the World Cup.
He almost won them the World Cup on his own.
Should have.
Yeah, but that makes no sense to me. They've got a better squad now than they did. Then everyone's a bit more experienced. Everyone's grown
a
up.
bit older, yeah.
It's no excuse.
And then even the players that have come back into the squad, like Lacazette, he's
Yeah.
killed it in France. I think he was the only one aside from Mbappe to get like 20 goals.
Yeah, and Kante's come back and absolutely annihilating.
When you play in Saudi, you don't actually play, mate. Freaking,
Yeah,
you have
chilling.
They give you the
Yo,
shakes.
Ronaldo.
That's the GOAT league.
Special teams, special players, mate. Belgium. I think that was the final nail in the coffin for that golden generation.
That was it.
Like,
that.
Just that own goal at the end was just like, see you later. Because like Lukaku's been shitting at all tournament. De Bruyne, I feel bad for him. Like he's just, mate. Right.
England's waiting.
No, mate. I think it's too late now, mate. Again, he's closer to retirement than playing for England now.
Yeah, no chance.
But it's sad. Like we said it before, most big chances 6. Most big chances miss 6 for Lukaku. Most shots on target 7, and most disallowed goals by VAR 3.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
It's actually incredible.
yeah,
It wasn't theirs. Like, what can you do?
yeah. But they never had it. Like De Bruyne and Doku were defending most of that game, and then they just never they haven't given themselves a chance all tournament. And let's remember, they had Romania in their group, they had Ukraine in their group, and they had think it was Slovakia. Was the fourth team, I believe, in their group.
I think so.
Just double check that again.
Couldn't have been that easy.
I think that was probably the second easiest group, probably.
So, yeah, Slovakia.
Yeah.
Slovakia, Romania, Ukraine, and they finished second in that group.
Should have topped it.
That says it for itself, right?
Yeah. Can't rely on De Bruyne the whole time and then
No, it's
Trossard.
tough.
It's yeah. Well, the last question there for me though, can France go all the way? Do you think if they click it the next game, could they win it?
Easily. I think personally, I've said it from the start, they have the best squad at the Euros. They've got talent everywhere. They've got experienced players and they've just got lightning players.
Yeah.
I think they can do it if they click. There's a lot of squads that I think if they click they can do it, but with them and the ability of Mbappe, I think that guy can literally create anything out of nothing, and we saw it. We've seen it all before at the World Cup.
Yeah.
And all you need is a bit of that, and
Didn't even need a whole game.
No.
45 minutes.
That's all you need.
It's incredible.
What about yourself, Josh?
Like I said, coming into the tournament, I said that'd probably be the team I'll say was going to win it. So if they click,
yeah.
But like I said, Portugal.
Mate. Look, I called France the flop of the tournament before it started. I said they'd be and they haven't necessarily been exciting, but at the same time they are where they are. They're in the final 8. So, Portugal 0, Slovakia 0. They ended 3-0 on penalties. Josh, mate, tell us about your boy.
Mate, my heart was pumping. Honestly, like every second of the last 10 minutes, I couldn't breathe. When Pepe lost that ball, and I was like, no, it's not happening this way. We're not watching Ronaldo get out of the Euros like this. And then and Diego Costa, that save, like,
Yeah.
saved it from retirement. I think it came.
God's not letting that happen. Like,
thank you, God.
He's not letting Ronaldo go out like that.
It couldn't, like.
I think we know where his allegiances lie.
No, but it's true that like, the way that the whole squad stood up for him.
Yeah.
When they went, I think it was end of normal time, and he was in tears, and the whole team went around him.
Yeah.
They started to switch on.
Special.
It's like seeing your own father cry.
No, but it's true. Like,
it's the reaction they had. Literally, it's like you just never look at Ronaldo and see him. Like you don't imagine
emotional.
that. Yeah.
like
During
it's
a
not.
game.
Yeah, it's not just his nation. It's like it's so many more.
Yeah.
Not like it's
I think because it means you got to think it's 38, 39 now. 39. And this is could be his last tournament. I think he'll go one more. I think he wants to play with his son.
I think so too.
Yeah. I think he's waiting for a bit. I think Cristiano Jr. is going to play a season or two at Al Nassr, sorry. And
okay, yeah. I thought you were going to say he's playing for Portugal. That guy looks like...
Who knows,
Good
mate?
World Cup.
Look at what LeBron done.
LeBron
signed on for an extra season, brought his son on in the draft at like pick 52 or whatever it was, and he's living out his dream. So,
wish my dad was.
should we get into that podcast, Adrian? Well, other than that, it was pretty much it. I just want to talk about Pepe before we move on. 41 years of age.
It's unbelievable.
Can I give you some context? My mother's 43.
Wow.
Pepe's playing at the Euros at Portugal. That's like it's
90 minutes.
Yeah.
As well.
And the one game he didn't play in the group stage, they lost. It's insane to think that he's playing at Porto. He's found a whole new lease on life, and now he's arguably the most important player for his team. So,
41 is it?
41.
Like we're all in our 20s, right? Yeah. I'll be honest, my body feels.
Like give me 10 more years. I think I'm gone.
How's he lasting the 41?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know what they're feeding him out in Portugal and Porto.
Really?
Or whatever the chef is cooking up over there. But at 41, if I'm still walking without my knees clicking, I'm a happy guy.
Seriously? Not even a joke.
Forget 41. After having one kid, you just start to you start questioning life decisions. This bloke is 41 years of age, probably with 5 kids, and he's lining up at the starting lineup, being their most supported player at the moment. But give him a clap. Give him a clap. Pepe, well deserved. Although he did make one mistake.
Yeah.
And it almost cost them fatal. We would have been having a whole different conversation.
Steven Gerrard moment. Honestly, as soon as it happened, I was like, no, it was happening. I'm like, no, it can't be happening.
It's happening.
I made fun of that. I've made fun of that my whole life. No, don't come back on me.
But
yeah.
Well,
thank God, like Adrian said, he wasn't letting it happen.
again, it was scary. Look, I like Sesko. That's the problem. I want Sesko at Arsenal, but apparently he's staying at Leipzig. But they're through. We'll quickly go through the games this morning. Romania versus Netherlands. That finished in a 3-0 game. Very sad end to our Romanian brothers and sisters because they were everyone's second favourite team.
Yeah, they were.
Well, yeah, Netherlands were my team, I reckon, besides Portugal, to go, because they're strong.
Netherlands.
Yeah, they're strong.
I think they're overrated.
How?
Because I think everyone
everyone
hypes them up. They've got a great squad. They've got great foundation in that team in terms of your Van Dijks, you've got your midfield with your De Jongs, Simmons. Through each part of the field, they've actually got decent players coming through. And I could sit here and name your Depay's and your Simmons, and you've got players coming through. And the Dutch league's a great league when it comes to developing players. But for me, they underperform every tournament. They fall just short. Just short. Why do we give England shit for that? Why do we give Belgium shit? Because they're not expected,
because they don't have the amazing squad, but they do what they can with that squad. And look at them against Argentina. Like, honestly, they probably should have, if not won that game.
Without Weghorst, mate. Yeah.
Weghorst, what a guy.
No, but honestly, people don't give them credit. I reckon they're going to go a long way.
Look.
And challenge.
They've got a great balance.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Like they don't have killer instinct.
No.
It's fair enough, yeah.
Not in Amsterdam, mate.
No, a lot of better things.
What do you know about Amsterdam, Adrian?
I know Martin's going to, so.
Well, the goal scorers were Gakpo, and Gakpo had another one ruled offside. Mullen he's a former Arsenal boy, actually. And he scored another one at a time at the end to finish the game 3-0. I think Romania, for me, are arguably, how do we call it? We said everyone's second favourite team, but I think they could have been that team that made that sneaky run. That feel-good story of the tournament. Got the brother with the blue hair and everything. Like, it was good to watch. Yeah. Especially, when they played the Ukraine, we just saw there were 3 Puskas-level goals in that game. And I think we all just fell in love after that. Yeah. The last game, Austria versus Turkey. Wow. Wow.
I was shocked.
Yeah, I didn't think Turkey would. I honestly didn't think Turkey would make it out of that game.
Same.
Way.
But that save at the end as well.
Yeah.
2 seconds left.
I think, was it 95th minute? Let me just double check it.
Yeah, 95th minute. Literally, my mate's like, yeah, that's it, it's done. He walks away and the cross comes in. And the save, I'm like, unbelievable.
And the way it went, like, it was a perfect header because when
awkward bounce.
I'm no striker, but I know very well when you are heading it into the net, if you're not going to go directly into the net, you go right at the ground at the keeper's feet because it's very hard to kind of the best part to hit a keeper, coming from the great keeper that I am myself, is literally make me fold.
Yeah.
The more I have to fold, the more likely it's going to go through me. And then he just pulls something out of his fingernails. And he saved it. And it was 2-1 in the end. They scored in the first minute through Demiral. And then in the 59th minute again. But ultimately, it's a shame because Austria played really, really, really well this tournament. And they're another team where you look and there's not many stars there. Mm-hmm. But they're playing... Look, I think we're coming across a time soon where your Frances and your Spains and your Englands won't be those teams that they are today. I think we're going to come across a time eventually where your Austrias and your Switzerlands and, the way they develop their players, even in the Netherlands, they could begin to start to peak and we could see World Cup winners from here and there, depending on the South American teams, because I think Brazil's they're on their way to another.
Yeah. Aye.
But
same thing.
Look, that's that for the round of 16. Let's quickly take some quarterfinals predictions before we end this one quickly. Bracket 1, Germany versus Spain. I think we went over this earlier.
Yeah, I go 1-1. Spain penalties.
I stick with Spain. They'll go through. I don't know what the score will be, but they'll go through.
I'm backing my boy King Kai. I think King Kai is going to... I think if they go to penalties, I don't think Spain get through. I think Germany has a better team on penalties. I think they're more likely a chance to actually beat them in normal time. Portugal versus France.
Jeez, I don't want any of them to go out.
I'll go Portugal 2-1.
I'm doing this just for Ronaldo, Portugal.
Portugal on penalties.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
No penalties.
Yeah, France aren't scoring an open play goal, mate. England, Switzerland.
Yeah, England. They got to turn it up. England.
I think Switzerland 2-1.
I agree with Josh. I think England's going
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Are you
wearing an
serious?
England kit, I know, but
Can't
England's
rep
going
the
out.
kit.
Wow, what a fan.
Oh, well, look who's up there. Switzerland.
No, but he's actually serious.
Yeah. I don't think England are pulling up, man.
I think England like 3-4-0.
Nah, man.
I'm calling it here.
Nah.
I'm
Look
calling
right
it
at the
here.
camera. Tell him, mate.
Yes.
Yeah.
England are gonna.
Where do you get that from?
There you go, mate.
Thank you. If you don't know what England looks like with the flag, the emblem, here it is.
That's his
England
city.
are gonna dominate this next game against Switzerland. Turn it up.
Mm-hmm.
It could be 2, 3, 4 goals.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Domination on the park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That England banner was brought to you by the Corner Post. Well, Adrian, let's hope they're right. I hope they're right. I am repping an England
Yeah.
jersey today, but unfortunately, they're like a car that's low on petrol. It'll get you to the destination eventually, but unfortunately, you're gonna run out of petrol and you're gonna have to stop at some point. And I think their stop is coming very soon. And they're playing a team that takes football very seriously, as the other 32 teams would have. But Switzerland, especially, have been dismantling teams, and I think that England are their next victim.
Mate, they just got a full tank. They're ready for that.
Mate, they're electric.
Pumping.
They're electric, mate.
They've run out of well, the other side, Netherlands, Turkey. A very interesting yet weird
Yeah.
combination of a game, but I'm going Turkey.
Nah.
See, that I
2-0.
see more of an upset happening than
2-0 Netherlands.
the England game. Netherlands.
2-0.
What's with you and your Netherlands?
I've been saying since the start, it was Portugal and Netherlands, my two teams. I reckon, yeah, I think Netherlands. 2-0.
He likes Netherlands.
Yeah. Are you
Well,
born
what
in
about Netherlands? Are you interested?
I don't know,
Yeah.
I just like the colour.
The color,
Orange.
the orange,
I heard him say red before, something like that.
red,
Yeah.
red light,
Yes.
red light. He was talking about red light.
Yeah, Portugal red. no.
Well, he was telling us about our Southern Districts.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
I think 2-0. I think they concede against Turkey.
Turkey 3-1.
Turkey. No, let's be calm. 2-1.
He was going to go
I was
big.
Gamble, gamble responsibly.
Don't do that.
So what that means is, so you said Spain and Portugal. Who's winning that game?
Portugal.
Portugal. And then you said England and Netherlands. Who's winning that game?
No, I said
So
Swiss.
no, you say Switzerland?
Yeah,
Oh, so Switzerland, Netherlands. Who's winning that game?
Netherlands.
So Netherlands, Portugal final. Who wins that?
Portugal.
Oh, Ronaldo fanboy over there, mate.
Let's go.
Adrian, you said Spain, Portugal. Who wins that game?
Spain.
Spain. You said Switzerland and Turkey. Who wins that game?
I said England, man.
Did you? Oh yeah, you did actually. England,
Yeah.
Turkey,
England.
England, Spain.
Oh, what a final! That was a women's World Cup final.
It was.
Didn't need to
Born
know that,
knowledge,
sorry.
born knowledge, born knowledge,
Yeah.
born knowledge.
That was in Sydney, Australia, by the way.
What was the score?
Will Spain win that 1-0?
Spain won that. Yeah.
Same score as the women's final?
Same score as the women's final. If that happens, what do I do, boys?
Buy a lottery ticket.
Buy a lottery ticket.
Well, we'll buy you
Go back
another.
to
We'll buy
Spain.
you another Korean fried burger.
Oh, that'd be that's perfect.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that.
Well, I think. Ooh,
Yeah, what's yours?
I think we're getting. So I said Switzerland and Turkey. I think the Swiss get through,
Mm-hmm.
and I said Germany and Portugal. I think Germany get through. I think the Swiss actually win it.
Wow.
Oh, this guy.
I'm back in the Swiss.
If that
boys.
happens, I'm buying you 3 chicken wings.
There's no way you actually believe
Get
that.
that in you.
I'll
Do
put
you
that-
actually believe that?
I actually think so.
There's
Yeah.
no way he.
I'll be honest with you. Aside from Spain and Germany, the other team that's actually been the best in this competition has been Switzerland,
Yeah, no, you're right.
and they've kind of been consistent. They haven't really peaked. They've just gone through and just like been bending teams over really every game. There's no other way to put it. They've literally played teams and just dominated them, put the ball in the back of the net, left the game, gone home, come back and done the same thing. Like I could just see it. They've played better than England. I'm going to look like an idiot if England win, but I think they're going to stroll through England. If they come up against Turkey, I think they'll pressure Turkey enough that they'll fold. And then Germany will be an interesting one. It just depends which Germany that turns up. I think if they play Spain, they might have a bit more trouble. But I think if they play Germany, they might actually go their way. But we'll see what happens there. Anyways, boys, it's been a pleasure. I have to say, it's been. I've seen you guys for a while now on the TikTok and the Instagram, and it's finally great to meet you guys and put faces to the beautiful names that be. But
Thanks for having us.
any other words you guys want to say anything before we call it off? Call it a day.
No,
Yeah.
thank you for having us, and
Yeah.
it's been a pleasure. I guess we get a bit more excitement into the back end of the Euros.
Mate, look, let's hope your Netherlands do the job, mate. But otherwise, it's been a pleasure. Keep an eye out. We do have a cute little segment coming up, mixing the two sports together. So keep an eye out for that. But I've been Abs. Who you been? Adrian,
Josh,
and it's been United Football. Ciao.
see you.
Ugh.
How long was that?